Hello, everyone. My name is Danny, and I am going to review Manhattan Night. Stars Adrien Brody and Yvonne Strahovski. Campbell Scott, DeKubelis. Oh, okay. Jennifer Beals, and that's Manhattan Night. Rated R. It's based on the New York Times notable noir thriller. This pulse-pounding mystery begins as reporter Porter Wren meets attractive widow Caroline. When she asks him to solve the bizarre death of her filmmaker husband, Wren is unable to refuse or resist her. But when a rich mogul blackmails him into investigating Caroline, Wren realizes this job could cost him everything. It's about 2 hours long, and it's a 2016 movie. If anybody got confused by me just reading the back of the movie sleeve, I don't blame you, because the movie's confusing. Once you start watching it, it gets into that, and he did this, and they did that, and they blackmailed him, and he couldn't resist her, and she couldn't do this, and she wasn't telling the truth, and it gets a little confusing. I'm just going to warn you that far out. First thing out of the gate here. So, Manhattan Night stars Adrien Brody. Let's start with him. He is the name in this movie. It's why it got made, I suppose. They could get a star like him who's won awards and everything. They've made a couple movies like this in the last, I'd say, 2 years or so. People wanting to play a kind of a reporter who is in the scums of the city, gets the news that, that nobody really can tell is news, and will go to any depth to get the story. And yeah, if that sounds familiar, it's because they've done it a couple times in the last couple years. People have. And so Adrien Brody tries to pull it off, and throughout the movie, it just doesn't seem like he pulls it off. I'm not sure what it is with me and Adrien Brody, but I have not cared for his stuff. I don't know if he just doesn't know how to act after he won an Academy Award for The Pianist, or if he just does not fit these roles that he's being put in. But I just don't really care for the guy. I watch his movies. I give it a chance. I want to be entertained. He has attached himself to people who know what they're doing. The movie is quality, but I don't know what else to say other than that. And I just feel sorry for the guy. So I have nothing against him, and the movie was fine. It's just not working for me that he thinks that he needs to play these different characters when he just does not fit into that character. He needs to actually come to the realization that it does not work. So some people eventually need to come up with that. They can't just be told, oh, you'd be perfect for this role and this role and this role, and they just sign all the contracts. You got to actually realize which one is right for you. So that's the first thing, is Adrien Brody. The second thing is the storyline. I get a little lost in it because, like I said, there's two sides of it. There's Caroline and there's this mob person. And they both have their take on what happened to Caroline's husband. He died, and it's a little fishy what happened. Like any good murder mystery, we do end up finding out what happens at the end. And I will not ruin that for you, because I think it seems like a pretty mainstream movie that most of you can find and watch. So I won't ruin the end for you. But that is like the one bright spot of this movie, is the end. So if you can follow it along the whole time, I will give you props, because I just couldn't. I tried to be in the moment. I tried to pay attention to what everybody was saying, and it just did not come together for me, except when they pulled it together at the end, which I do appreciate. I'll say that. Okay? So, other than that, the characters were fine. It is rated R for kind of a couple of scenes, and it is relative. Um, it's very important for the storyline, that those couple scenes. So not like 50 Shades Darker or anything like that where it's just sex all the time. This has a reason for having sex. So I'll say that. I think Adrian Brody and the girl are very classy actors, and the fact that they decided to do a scene like that, I think might be good for their growth and be able to do some other things, and other than just play nice little characters and foreign people with an accent that we don't understand, and kind of build on their experience as actors. I think it was pretty important for them to try that out and have it as a relatively systematic movie storyline that they were part of. So I think this is a good movie for everybody who was in it. I think the director did fine with keeping us intrigued and keeping the intensity up, everything like that. So I'm just gonna give this movie a C because I couldn't connect to it, but I'll give it a C plus because I appreciate what they did with it, and I really appreciate the actors trying. I just got lost in the middle, and I think that happens to a lot of people on a lot of different movies. But other than that, Manhattan Night, I'll give a C plus. It was fine. I just didn't connect with it. So thank you, everybody. My name is Danny. If you like this review, please hit like and subscribe. And I will keep making the reviews as long as people watch. Enjoy your movies, guys.